Hello everyone, Walk Hill Bethelite here, 937-789-4029. I had a discussion with someone and their premise was that Jehovah's Witnesses are not perfect, but they teach the truth. And I'm going to let you know what my problem is with that premise. First of all, it is dishonest. Literally, it is dishonest. Jehovah's Witnesses may not realize it, or they may realize that they are being dishonest when they move the line of expectation when people are dealing with them. When they're dealing with other people, they point out wrongs in other religions. When people are dealing with Jehovah's Witnesses, they pretend like people expect perfection. Let's say, for example, child molestation. Jehovah's Witnesses would point out child molestation going on in any other religious group. You point out child molestation in the Jehovah's Witness organization, and they'll say, well, we're not perfect. It's not perfect. It doesn't represent all of us, but it's not perfect. You just changed the measuring stick. We have a measuring stick that you were using for this particular group of people, but then when you're in the spotlight, you change the measuring stick to perfection, which means we can't be held accountable for anything we do because you're expecting perfection. No, we're not expecting perfection. However, we are expecting for Jehovah's Witnesses not to have policies in place that make child molestation more prevalent than it otherwise would be in the organization. Also, too, the concept of we've taught the truth. I actually did not know where to go with that one, because when the brother said, we teach the truth, right? We teach the truth. That's a two-way thing. Born and raised JW. I'm born and raised JW. I know the tricks. That's part of the reason why they don't want members talking to former members. The former members know the tricks. You can't use those things. You're doing two things. One thing you're trying to do is trap me, is to have me go out and directly state that Jehovah's Witnesses teach false teaching so that you have an excuse to get out of the conversation. Because Jehovah's Witnesses, as critical as they are about other religious groups, if anyone is critical about theirs, they then have the right to just take and flee the conversation. Running with their tails between their legs, so to speak. So that was a way for him to just get out of the conversation. For me to just make that statement, then he has reason to just cut ties, get out of the conversation, and not listen. The second thing was that it was about as intellectually ridiculous as it could possibly be. The organization has never, during the course of its entire history, taught the truth. We know that because they are constantly changing what they are teaching. The 1914 generation that will not pass away, that has changed. They flip-flopped it, and they even went in so far as to change the definition of generation. Generations overlap according to them now. There's no such thing as an actual generation. There's generations that lap with this one and that one, and they've gotten to the point where it is ridiculous for anyone to say they teach the truth, right? They've never taught the truth. They've always had to flip-flop, change things, take books out of print because of what they had in those publications being false. And then also, too, going back to Jehovah's Witnesses aren't perfect. They use that, well, we're not perfect, to just never really make any changes or make any improvements. Because, if you say, Marcus, you're constantly doing this or that, and I just say, well, I ain't perfect, that's me shrugging it off. That's me looking for a way to not make any kind of changes or anything, because I'm basically saying you're being unfair. You're expecting perfection from me, which of course is not true. So let me know what you guys think about that. The whole, well, they're not perfect and they at least teach the truth. Nothing that they teach, the whole 144,000 teaching is about as ridiculous as possible. You read the scriptures where they get that concept, and nowhere are you going to get that you have 144,000 JWs going to heaven to oversee anything. So I'm going to go ahead and sign out here. There's a groundhog over here. I don't know if you guys can see him, but a little distracting there. He's taking off. But again, 937-789-4029. I wonder if I should get his permission to film him. Maybe I'm being rude here. Let me know what you guys think. X Walk Hill Beth Light signing out.